reminded that the West Coast and the cost of living is much more pronounced on the West Coast and specifically in the Pacific Northwest where I reside than it is here. Homelessness or houselessness is on the rampage across this nation, but ever more so on the West Coast and in the Pacific Northwest. It is very pronounced. And I still see panhandlers here on street corners, but I do not see the houselessness that you cannot unsee in the Pacific Northwest. And I'm talking about Oregon, Washington, those states that I have lived in the Pacific Northwest. You can't unsee those people who are unhoused. And so, again, I'm going to be visiting some of the places while I'm here, sharing this city that has shown me so much love in the time that I lived here. Last time I lived here was probably about 15 years ago. I think it's been, I need to count that up, but it's been quite a few years since I've lived here. Glad to be back visiting and refamiliarizing myself with these spaces. Reminding you all, I don't care who you vote for. Well, actually, I do care, but I'm trying to remain politically correct. I do care who you vote for, but just vote, okay? Just vote. If you have the right to vote, then vote. If you have lost your right to vote, then encourage young people and old people to vote, right? I will not be, I don't anticipate being back in my home state for election day in November, and so it was on my list this week, and I inquired on Monday because I knew that Monday the 7th was a pivotal date for election day for our presidential election, and that'd be 30 days out. So I contacted my local election authorities in my home state in the Pacific Northwest and to inquire how I could do an absentee ballot. And surprisingly, I was told that I would simply go online after October the 18th of this month, and I would be able to download my own ballot and then submit it by mail. And I'm almost sure she also said electronically, they would take it electronically as well. So wow, things have changed, and there's just no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse not to get up and get out and vote, right? I'm encouraging those with limited mobility and with limited access to transportation to vote early. Vote early. Early voting is still voting, okay? Let your voice and your vote count by voting. Exercise. It is our God-given right. Our ancestors died that we might have the right to vote. And so please don't mistake that, and we must instill that in our young people to vote, to vote, to vote. Not just in presidential years, not every 4 years, but in your local elections as well. We have some pivotal races in these down ballot races happening across this country. Make sure you vote, 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 vote. I just, like so many other content creators, I'm encouraging you to vote, and I am lifting my voice and elevating my voice, asking you to vote. Vote. If you have the right to vote, and if you don't have the right to vote, go ahead and visit your public library, and that is something that you can ask a librarian to help you with at any public library in this country. Ask them to help you go about the steps to municipalities across this great nation called the United States of America, when you have been convicted of a felony, you often lose your right to vote. But what many convicted felons fail to do once they have done their time and are no longer in the system or on paper, on parole, they typically can appeal to the state, to the governor's office, or to any office in said municipality, okay, in the county where they committed those crimes, and they can, or the state, at the state level, they can petition to get their voting rights restored. And that too is an avenue that we need to be seeking. So if you have missed that opportunity for the November 2024 presidential elections, then now is the time for you to pursue those avenues, get those letters from your employers, from your friends and family who can speak positively on your behalf. And there's not many applications that are being turned away when people petition the state to reinstate their voting rights after having served time in our penal system. So keep that in mind. Again, vote, okay? Vote. I could not wait until I turned 18 so that I could vote in this country. I could not. And to know that I am, for the first time in my lifetime, I will be voting for Kamala Harris, a black woman, for president. That's, in and of itself, is amazing. So I am voting for Kamala Harris, and I hope that you are too. But this is America, friends. So if not Kamala, then just vote, right? I wouldn't waste my vote.